What's good, YouTube? Travysty here, and today we have our PBL video. Now, it's been a while since we had a PBL video. I've been very sick, as everybody knows. I'm still sick, but I am recovering, so that is a plus. But we're catching up on some PBL battles right now. I'm going to have another one from the week before. I went up against Lucky Lad. I won't spoil it, so I'm not going to have the record in these two videos, this one and the one versus Lucky Lad. But the Lucky Lad video was the week before this one, and it was a very good battle, so I definitely enjoyed it. However, we are going to be going against Lucario, Los Angeles Lucarians, Lucarios. But this is our third time going against each other, I believe. I think we've gone against each other once in the preseason. We've had our revenge match, which I was, spoiler alert, able to win both matches. So this is our second match in the regular season. I believe it's our final match as well in the regular season. He's not in my division, I believe. I think it's an interdivision matchup, so it's definitely very interesting. However, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the battle. So as you guys can see, I brought Latios. It's Choice Scarf Latios. I've got Assault Vest Hitmonchan, Toxic Orb, Gliscor, Mega Banette, Scarf Ditto, and Leftovers Empoleon. He actually changed up his team from the last time we went against each other. I believe I'm using just about the same exact team as I used the last time. Just because if it's not broken, you don't have to fix it. And this team honestly just checks his whole entire team, really. But he decides to get rid of a couple of his members. He got rid of the Dragonite, which I was not actually expecting him to get rid of, because he definitely seemed like he relied on, but it hasn't done anything against me in the past two games, so I can understand why he would get rid of it. And instead he's brought Go-Go, and he's also brought Kling Kling, which I don't believe he's brought that yet either against me, so it's definitely very interesting. I'm looking at his team, and the first thing I notice is he has two Mons with the ability to set up. He's got a Choice Specs or Choice Scarf user in Etzbloud. He's got a Spinner in Tentacruel. Last time he was setting up Toxic Spikes and stuff like that with this monster. He's got Ferrothorn to set up hazards, and then he has Manectric to try and do its thing where it's super fast and hits really hard. So with that being said, we're going to get into the battle. I'm going to start off with Latios, as he's going to actually go out into Etzbloud here. I'm going to go ahead and switch out into my Empoleon. It's especially defensive. Boom Burst isn't going to take me out, so I just went ahead and switched out into that. I know I can eat it up, and he's going to switch out into Ferrothorn here. I get up my Stealth Rocks here, and I'm just like, alright, well, I need to just go ahead and switch on out. So I'm going to go out into Gliscor, because I know I can take any Gyro Ball or anything like that with him, and I get my Toxic off. He gets up his rocks as well, so I'm going to go ahead and switch out into Latios, as he is actually just going to go for the Leech Seed, which is the safer play. And I'm just like, alright, what's to stop me from firing a nice and powerful HP fire? So I fire off one, this 73%, which shows me that he has literally no investment into Spadef. He's full physically defensive. So that's big to know. He does paralyze me, which is very unfortunate, because a little bit of damage on this Tentacruel would have been fine there, and I would have been very happy with that. I'm going to go out into Hitmonchan, and I make a couple errors here. So Ice Beam, it's going to crit me. It doesn't do it a lot. I'm not really that worried. Hitmonchan's going to be able to get off a Rapid Spin. And I'm sorry that my dogs are barking in the background, guys. I'm sorry if you guys can hear that. But gonna get a Drain Punch off. I forget he has Liquid Ooze, so that's gonna actually hurt me more. So I just go for a Mop Punch here. He's just gonna Rapid Spin away. He gets a crit, which of course that doesn't really matter, because he's still not gonna be able to kill me this next turn. So I decide I'm gonna just go ahead and go for a Drain Punch again, because that's just the move that's gonna give me the most damage output. Two Mop Punches are gonna do about the same damage, so I might as well just accelerate the game a bit. So I'm going to actually go ahead and switch out into Mega Banette here. Mega Banette is absolutely able to kill this thing. I go for the knockoff, and that's easy. Like, I was just saying, if he goes into anything, I can just knock off and kill. So I'm going to go for a Will-O-Wisp right here and get some residual damage off onto this Ferrothorn. Now, since he's full physically defensive, I haven't hit him with anything contact moves yet, but I'm expecting him to be Rocky Helmet Iron Barbs. just for the pure cheese of it. And this becomes a big old snore fest. I get up my rocks, which is absolutely great. He thunder waves me, which I'm completely fine with because Britannia doesn't do anything against his team. Like, it really doesn't. Like, it just deals with Edsprout. So once Edsprout's gone, Britannia is basically done. So I'm gonna flash cannon, see how much damage that does. I don't have any special attack investment, so he could actually just stall me out. But Gyro Ball literally does one. He's burned. I'm paralyzed. Like, it's not going to do anything to me. So we can just sit here and keep spamming the same moves over and over again if we really want to. As he's going to go on the Go-Go, and I predict it and go for the Toxic. So after seeing that damage, I know he had to switch out. So him going out in the Go-Go here is actually pretty big. I'm actually going to go ahead and switch out into my Gliscor because Gliscor can take this thing on easily. As he goes for a sub, which I am very curious about because that means he's the sub bulk up set more than likely. He does have Toxic on him, so he has to be very mindful of it. I'm going to go for Earthquake knowing he is going to bulk up. And I'm assuming for him to actually bulk up again because I am full physically defensive Gliscor. And with that knowledge in his head, he knows that he'll probably have to get a couple bulk ups in his system to take care of me. And here I'm going to decide to protect just to kind of see what he goes for. He goes for a Horn Leech. Now this is very interesting right here because now he has actually revealed his moveset to be Horn Leech and bulk up sub. So I'm looking at him. I know his ability is... He has two abilities he can choose, Sap Sipper and Grass Belt, and there's no reason he would ever pick Grass Belt, so he's definitely going to be Sap Sipper. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm actually going to switch out into my Ditto, predicting because he has to go for Horn Leech. He can't go for an Earthquake or anything like that. I get the Sap Sipper bonus. He's going to die no matter what, and I get another attack boost. So now he's going to make a big misplay here, and he's actually going to go out in the Edsprout, and I am Scarfed. Even though Go-Go is slow as dirt, it will outspeed a Edsprout when it's Scarfed versus a Edsprout, because it's probably a bulkier set. And he's going to go out into Ferrothorn here, which I'm completely fine with. And he's actually kind of flustered right now, it feels like. He goes out to the Manectric here, and I'm just like, okay, I'm going to stay in. Now, if I was smart here, I would actually just went ahead and set off Empoleon and kept Ditto, because Ditto could just copy whatever he does and kill whatever mine comes out again. However, I'm just going to stay in for some reason and just take the Overheat. I guess I just didn't really think about it, but honestly, it would have been better for me to just switch out into Empoleon there. He's going to Volt Switch. I know that's going to do absolutely nothing, so I'm just going to lock myself into dropping a Draco. Honestly, the better play here, I was carrying Trick, so it would have been a better play for me to actually just Trick at this moment in time. Just because if Klinkang came out, then I just get to force it into a Choice Scarf, and Klinkang is not a threat if it can't set up, so especially against my team. So I was just like, alright, I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go into my Gliscor. Gliscor literally 1v1s this thing. He gets himself behind a sub, and I'm just like, okay, he's Citrus Berry, Klinklang. That's not a problem. So I'm just going to go ahead and Earthquake, and I know that's going to OHKO that sub, and he's going to Shift Gear up. He can't do anything to me. I'm full defensive. Like, I'm not worried about this thing threatening my team at all. Earthquake does not kill. I do not have, I believe, any attack investment. So Net's Earthquake will kill him. He goes for another Shift Gear instead of trying to get off the damage that he could possibly get. He's going to go out into Plasma, his Manectric, and I'm going to actually just go ahead and switch out into Empoleon. I'm just going to switch out into Empoleon because Empoleon can take an HP, and he's going to have to Thunderbolt here no matter what. And I'm completely fine with that because this means I can just switch out into my Mega Banette, and since I am Prankster, I kept this as my win con. I can just debond for the rest of the game and win because Manectrics are full offensive. There's no other move that a Manectric will run. So I can just keep clicking Destiny Bond, and eventually he has no choice but to kill himself. So with that being said, it was a good battle in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. I could have played things a little bit better yet again. I tend to play a little sloppy when I go against Lucarian. But I was able to keep my win con in check. Like, Mega Manette's been my win con every time I've gone against him. Just because I can just rock Destiny Bond against Mega Manectric, and it literally hard counters Mega Manectric for that reason, I believe. Just because it's a super fast mon that does nothing but offensive moves. So I felt like that was probably my best thing. Now he could have brought like Roar or something like that and made me just about crap myself. If he brought Roar, he was a man. But with that being said, I mean his team wasn't badly built. Like he did change a lot of things. He was carrying Earthquake on the Go-Goat. But it was one of those things where I was able to play around with Ditto. Ditto is literally his worst enemy. It puts in the work against his team. He brought setup mons to try and deal with me, it felt like. He brought 2 setups. But unfortunately for him, I have checks for both of them. I had checks for both of them. Like, I did not plan for Go-Goat whatsoever, and I did not plan for Kling Kling whatsoever. I planned for Dragonite more than anything. Like, I was preparing for D-Dance Dragonite, because that's the only form of setup I believe he hasn't brought on Dragonite yet. But it looks like he decided that Dragonite, like I said, would not put in the work, and especially if Ditto gets a copy off on Manectric, HP Ice does not do him any favors. So with that being said, guys, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, subscribe today and join YouTube's greatest Travysty. I'll be getting caught up on all the PBL matches very shortly. And this was, I can't remember which week this one was, guys. I'll have it up in the title. But like I said, Lucky Lads was before this. I believe I still have his footage. So I'm going to try and get that up. Because that was a good battle, and I really enjoyed going against Lucky Lad. And I'm just going to go ahead and give him a shout out since I got this video up before his. If you guys haven't already, go subscribe to the man. The man's pretty chill. Anyways, without further ado, guys, thank you guys again for watching. Coach of the Carolina Castforms, Travysty is out.